Armchair Football League for Season 1, Week 2. I wanted to give you guys insight into how the training works so you could see the skill points that we're getting as well. So this will be on the front end of the gameplay video for Week 2 so you can see the skill points our players got. As you can see, we played the Chicago Bears. It's our first home game. Playing a really difficult Bears opponent who was actually in my division last season. And he actually swept me, I believe, in the division. I got a few games off of him, but I never beat him in the division. He walked away with a Super Bowl title. So this is a good player that's using a bad team for Season 1. So we need to pounce on him while we can. I'll show you my scouting real quick, but I can't actually show you the players because there's other guys in my league, shout out Armchair Football League, that are probably going to do this and they'll try to cheat and get my scouting. But I'll show you how I set my scouts up. The scouting this year is different. And so there's 5 regions. There's National, West, Central, Northeast, and Southeast. And you get a scout for each one, and you get strengths of each one. And so I just tried to line up some of my scouting strengths with the strengths of the different regions. And so you can sort of see that here. So I'll show you how my scouts break down. And I probably won't come back to this again until the draft, but my national scout is a 3-star. His 2 positions of expertise are defensive end and outside linebacker. We have needs at both positions, so that made sense. My tier 2 scout is in the Northeast, and he is excelling at offensive tackles and defensive ends. So again, we need help in the trenches. That's one of the weak points, so we lined it up there. And then our West scout, he excels on outside and middle linebacker, our central scout, wide receiver and cornerback, and then offensive tackle and defensive tackle in the Southeast. So that just means we'll scout those players more quickly. It doesn't mean those are the only ones we'll scout. So I'll loop in some more scouting stuff after the draft. I can't really give away my strategy before the draft, though. So let's get into our weekly strategy. Actually, so I made a few moves to the roster. I guess I can talk about before I do that. Mostly it was signing back in roster talent, getting rid of some of the low 60s overall players, and signing some players that would be a little bit better. Let me go into my depth chart. That's where I need to be. Manage roster depth chart. Okay, so we signed. I signed a tight end. I signed Adam Troutman to replace whoever the old guy I had was. Troutman is younger. He's got okay speed. 80 speed's not great, but he's a really good run blocker with 68 run blocking, and so he gives me a little bit more as my tight end too. And he was cheaper. I also signed another offensive lineman. It was Greg Little. He's 24. He was 69 overall. He's better than some of what was on my roster, and so he's just going to be a backup for us right now. I signed a defensive tackle, Malik Jackson, to be my second defensive tackle because I didn't have much there. And at cornerback, I signed Xavier Rhodes. Now, you might wonder why he's my CB4 when he's 80 overall. It's because he's only 88 speed, and that's really going to matter, but he's a good CB4. And he's also going to kind of play some backup safety for me. I also signed a new kicker, Chase McLaughlin. He had better kick power than Mason Crosby, and he's a heck of a lot cheaper, and kick power is all that really matters. And so that's some of the moves that we made. Let's jump into our training. So we'll go into our weekly strategy. And against the Bears, they don't have a very good quarterback. We probably want to just make sure they can't run the ball on us. But he did throw the ball quite a bit more than run last time. And so I'm actually going to go defend medium pass, that 10 to 20 range passes. That seems to be, kind of the key. We're going to go full pads because we are at 100%. And we're basically doing starters at every position except right outside linebacker, where I really want to develop Devondre Campbell instead of Smith. Campbell is actually my starter at middle linebacker, but for scheme reasons, he is listed as the backup on that screen. On offense, we got to be able to run the ball, and so we're just going to go run inside. And we're going to go full pads. We're going to do backup at quarterback because Rodgers is as good as he's going to get. And we pretty much will do starters everywhere else except at left tackle, where David Bakhtiari is not going to get any better. He's already like 95 overall. And then center, Quentin Spain, he's a one-year guy, he's 31. He's not going to get any better. And so we'll go backups at that position as well. For our game plan goals, let's pick something we think we're not going to win by 17. Maybe we can win the turnover battle. He's got a really bad quarterback. We'll try not to throw so many interceptions. On offense, I think we can get 250 yards, so we'll leave it at that. On defense, let's say we'll allow 24 points or less. And for the weekly game plan, let's go with allowing 2 or less passing touchdowns. For our players we're developing, we're going to do Quay Walker, Christian Watson, and then instead of Devontae Wyatt, I'm actually going to go to my new free safety, Andre Cisco. So we really want to get Cisco devved up. So let's run our training, and we'll see if we get any skill points to use. Let's see if we got any injuries. No injuries on the offense, it looks like. And fingers crossed, no injuries on the defense. And now let's upgrade some players. John Runyon, he's our right tackle. We want to try to get these guys in scheme because it makes their skill points cost a little bit less and they get a boost. So that's a crappy skill point, but it does get him in scheme, which is actually really big for us. Kylan Hill, he's in scheme. We'll just keep him in scheme. This guy won't be on the roster next year. He's not any good, so that one doesn't really matter. Jordan Love, the potential quarterback of the future, we'll go ahead and dev him as strong arm, and we get a +2 throwing accuracy mid and a +1 throw under pressure, so that's not bad. And then a depth halfback, AJ Dillon. So no exciting skill points this week. Hopefully we'll get some of those to roll in after the game. And so without any further ado, let's go to kickoff.
This is such a special place. You drive through the streets of Green Bay, no tall buildings, quaint houses, and then boom, right there in the middle of the
All right, here we go. Season 1, Week 2, our first home game against the Chicago Bears. We are going to be looking to avenge a loss. Well, we're going to look to avenge a lot of losses from last cycle against our opponent here. But we're also looking to avenge a Week 1 loss against, who did we play? I've blocked it from my memory because it doesn't matter because we're not going to lose today. How's that sound? Alright, we do not have to deal with Justin Fields. Justin Fields has been traded in this league. And so we've got a bad quarterback we're going up against, but we're playing a really good player here. So it's going to be really important for us to get off to a quick start here, unlike in our last game. It's IDing a mic here. It's going to drop back to pass. Would prefer for our linebackers not to drop quite that far. Okay. Fresh set of downs here. Let's see if we can bring a little pressure here. We had pressure coming in off the edge, untouched even, but he's got 3 guys open over the middle of the field. Easy completion for him.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery.
Got a big hit stick there. And Chicago is dropping like flies. They've already got 2 guys down in the first series here.
Doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Second down and 8. Here's Oladokin.
I read the route just terribly out of position because honestly I'm pretty poor as a user in this game, but at least we get the knockout there. Fortunate break is going to bring us up to a 3rd down. So 3rd and 8 here. Do we play coverage?
And a line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down.
Or do we bring pressure? We're going to sort of meet in the middle here. Do not let him pick up that first down. I thought he was going to get that. It's going to get it to a 4th and 1 on the fringe of field goal range. I feel like he's going to go for it, to be honest. Yeah, 4th and 1, he's going to go. Ooh. Had a guy wide open. Just blown coverage there on the edge. But fortunately for us, he has a really bad quarterback, like we mentioned earlier. So we'll get an inaccurate throw there on what could have easily been a touchdown. I got to fix my running back again. I really have to go in and fix that. Madden's got this thing where it messes up your depth chart if you make any roster moves, and I made one, so I've got to remember to check that before we get into the game.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their 38. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones with a nice little truck, breaking tackles and stumbling to a first down. Aaron Jones came into my office after the last game and said that we didn't run the ball enough, and he insisted that he get more touches today, and so that's what we're going to do. We're going to give Aaron Jones what he wants, give the man what he wants, and let's see if we can run on this defense. He's in a cover 0 look here. And I'm just not confident against man coverage, but I need to be able to throw against that.
Folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. The Packers had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road, but now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that, because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey.
Take the check down there to Tunyon. We'll get a few yards at the 43. If we don't gain any more yards, this would be a 60-yard field goal attempt, so probably not something that we want to try. We need to pick up a few more yards here at least, if not get the first down.
Give it back to their offense. That's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down.
There we go. Under pressure, Aaron Rodgers is going to get that ball out and pick up the first down. As he's getting hit, that's probably not an ideal throw that you want to be making, but it's the throw we made, and it worked out this time.
They're dependable and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all.
Looks like some press man here. We're just going to try to run against that. And Jones is going to pick up a few yards here. Gets us to a 2nd and 5.
It'll be second down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think.
So like I'd mentioned earlier, this guy is a really good user. He plays really good defense. Was definitely a player that won a lot of games last cycle. He was in a division with me last cycle. He's not got a very good team this time around, but I would hazard a guess that he is still going to be a really tough guy to beat. And we didn't beat him much last year, so we're hoping to avenge that this year.
Then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Rodgers going to try and throw on third down.
There we go. Dobbs over the middle, eats a hit stick, but he's going to be down to the 6-yard line.
He'll be stopped at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And now we're into the part of the field that I'm the absolute worst at. I have struggled for years as a Madden player in the red zone. You would think that's something that I would like get in there and get better at, but I have just not been a very good red zone player. We'll see if we can punch the ball in here.
For a big man right in the middle of the line, how about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
Second down and goal. Rodgers dancing to his left.
There we go. Finds Christian Watson running wide open in the back of the end zone. The Rodgers to Watson connection continues with his 3rd touchdown. Get that review out of here. We'll take the early lead. Aaron Rodgers has thrown 3 touchdowns this year. All 3 of them are to Christian Watson. Totally by accident, might I add. Not a guy that I'm intentionally targeting, but I'm glad to see him getting some play here.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Early on, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with extra intrigue.
Big whiff there by Campbell, and that's going to pick up a 1st down.
But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, something like that neighborhood.
1st and 10, here's Oladokin. Montgomery, another target is
Hitting those quick passes, we're going to have to tighten up the flats
inside the 40. It's
and make him throw the ball downfield. We're probably going to need to play some more man coverage, to be honest.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Throwing on 1st down with Oladokin. He'll leave it for Montgomery complete.
Well, it can't get much easier than this drive has been for him so far.
That's now 3 straight plays.
He's got guys running open every play. I think it's time to get into some press man coverage and
We get set to begin quarter number
see if he's able to beat that.
They've got it with a 1st and 10. Oladokin to the air on 1st down. That's complete to
I mean, somebody tackle him.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker.
I got 2 guys there and nobody makes a play on the ball.
So a decent gain there, but not their 4th consecutive 1st down like they had on the first 3 plays.
You sound almost disappointed there. You want to fire the offensive coordinator on that one or what?
They've gotten into a rhythm. I thought they were just going to keep going.
Almost a win for the defense, but if that's your win, you're not doing very well right now.
Chicago making this one look easy so far here.
First and goal.
That solid gainer will put them on the doorstep of the end zone. More importantly, it gives them a fresh set of downs. Nice work right there.
They'll run with Montgomery. And
There we go. Stick him from behind into the end zone. That's what we want.
David Montgomery, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bears are an extra point away from drawing level.
Just throw your shoulder into that guy from behind so he goes into the end zone.
They get close. They trust that man in the backfield, and he took him home.
And they trust their offensive line as well because
So Chicago marches down the field, makes it look easy on their second drive.
this group shows its versatility against both.
Makes it look a lot easier than we made it look, that's for sure.
It's 7 now as they kick it away.
So time to see if we can answer in kind here.
This one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Thought we had the look that we wanted there. Tried to take the shot,
Lines up, falling incomplete.
and it was not what we wanted.
But boy, was that ill-advised from my viewpoint. Coverage was awfully tight. How did he get away without not being picked off?
On second and 10, Rodgers throw right side. This is into the hands of the tight end.
First down there for Robert Tonyan on the quick hitter to the flat,
Down at the 39. 14 yards.
and we move the sticks. All right, he's in that cover zero blitz look again. We've got a run play on. We're just going to stick with it and run it up the middle here, and we almost had a big play. Only one guy there that could have made that tackle, and he made it.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That's a really nice job by the
I thought we were about to have a big play there.
and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Rodgers. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And he is
I do get really confused with Sammy Watkins and Christian Watkins.
27 yards there.
I often think I'm throwing it to a different guy than I am.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Throwing left side.
There we go. Christian Watson is going to get another touchdown. That's his second touchdown of the game, fourth touchdown of the career so far, and he's celebrating a little more than I probably should, considering my opponent here. But we're trying to have some fun with it out here, and the Bears won't mind.
Laughlin is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7.
So we're moving the ball much better than we were last time, feeling more comfortable in the offense. Now we just need to get some defensive stops here. Ooh, and he brings it out of the end zone. Try to go for a strip, we don't get it. I think he might have thought that he had already crossed the plane.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie
Just,
this football game.
wide open.
There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante.
He's got guys running wide open all over the field, and I don't have any idea why.
Down at the 49. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Montgomery.
And Montgomery's a monster. That dude is shrugging off the first tackle every time.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That was a good forceful run, and it demonstrates why you got to put your body on a runner when you're trying to tackle him. If you just go in there and just try and get him down with arm tackles, usually doesn't work very well. And we saw on that play, he'll run right through those attempted plays.
There, we finally get some pressure off the edge, and it's going to be a throw out of sack. Gets us to 3rd and 4. Ooh, big hit stick there, but he does hang on to the ball, and it gets us to a 4th down. 4th and 1. And he's going to throw over the middle. Jair Alexander is in coverage there, and it's going to be incomplete. And we'll get the ball back after a second 4th down stop. All right, so we're in a cover 0 look here. Have the inside release, we throw the ball inside, and somehow his guy gets an interception on that. I really don't understand how we set up a pick play like that and that gets intercepted.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? You can have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
That's a frustrating turn of events. I thought we had a good play dialed up for that.
Time to give more credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
I ran the route for the receiver, and I don't get the interception, and we get an AI roughing the passer penalty. That's terrible.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Running left, Montgomery.
All right, if we can hold him out of the end zone here, it would be huge. Take it to half with a lead. Getting the ball after the half.
Mark of the second quarter, 14-7. From the 16, Oladokin forced out to his left. And his throw here.
Stokes is there with Komet. It's going to be an incomplete pass, brings up a 3rd and 8.
Trying to go for 6, but just wasn't there against that coverage. They were ready to prevent the big play.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Oladokin fakes a give, now he'll throw it.
Ooh.
And this is going to be incomplete.
Oladokin's killing him right now. I saw that coming, and I tried to go pick it up. Just definitely some sluggish reaction there from my linebacker. So we'll hold for the 3. It's going to be 10-14. We do have some time to try to go at least get in field goal range here. The worst thing we could do, however, is what I often do in these 2-minute situations at the end of half, is throw an interception. So we're going to try to play this a little safe while still trying to go move the ball.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway as the offense
Can't quite shake free with Aaron Jones there, but we do get 4 yards.
different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, it's still in the first half here. A long way to go. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Shotgun now for Rodgers.
He'll hit Romeo Doubs at midfield and gets out of bounds. 1:12 left on the clock.
Dobbs made the day 3 of the draft, and Green Bay loves the dimension he brings to their group of receivers, and that's speed. The head coach really wanted someone who could take the top off of defense in the draft, and they got it.
We had a hole up the middle, just couldn't stick the foot in the ground and get over there.
Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Looking like press man coverage here.
Now Rodgers. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
My offensive line's absolute garbage.
Timeouts.
Absolute garbage. Block 6, 4-man rush. Don't even have time.
Not just getting sacks, but have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes.
So tough to deal with.
Stains on that jersey. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Throwing now is Rodgers. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. On the return is Pettis.
So that sequence really sucks from midfield to that sack.
Take over.
And now he's got a chance. It's only 27 seconds, but this guy is a good player, and we definitely got to make sure he can't get any points here.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation.
Calls a screen, we miss the dive tackle, and he gets out of bounds. So I had the perfect call there, had man coverage, and we had a guy there, just we don't get the tackle.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time, well for a solid gain.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down.
How does man coverage get beat on a streak route? That's so stupid.
2nd of their timeouts. As they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go.
Why are we playing outside leverage when I shaded inside?
It's Oladokin on 1st down. That is caught by Callaway.
Unbelievable. Just no resistance whatsoever.
A very solid gain of 27.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield
Give me the interception. Somebody make a play sometime today. Throws it directly at my safety. All right, we're going to go defend short passing because I don't think his quarterback can really throw much deep, and we're just going to try to run inside because that's where we seem to have the most luck. So could be in a better situation than we are. That half didn't end very well for us, but we get the ball back here. We do have the lead. Let's see if we can pound out a scoring drive here to start the half. Not much room there to run for Aaron Jones. There hasn't really been much room for us on the ground today.
They didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Christian Watson wins on that out route against man coverage and picks up the first down.
2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. Rodgers now to throw.
Everything on my screen is covered. Like, I call man coverage and there's guys open everywhere. He calls man coverage and everyone's covered. I just don't get it. I have Jair Alexander. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand why his guys are playing so much better coverage than mine. And I also don't know what to do about it.
To try again after the sack. Rodgers.
Can we block? We're blocking extra guys every time, and he's getting 4-man pressure. Like, just insta-sheds right up the middle. How do you pass on that? How do you move the ball?
Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Setting up the screen here. Aaron
Run a screen, and I've got 3 blockers, and none of them block the one guy that's right there.
3 yards, all they could muster there. And
Somebody turn around and block him.
Donald now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now Charles, can the offense get in gear?
Quay Walker getting in on the action there with the cut stick. 2nd and 8.
Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for the second half.
Oladokin. Throw left side complete. That's Montgomery. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. From the gun, they'll try to run.
Montgomery bulldozing my guys.
He's got this up.
Oh, that's not Montgomery. I don't know who Ebner is, but he's apparently a monster.
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. Back to the ground this time.
There we go. All right, defense has got to bail us out here
It's a 1-yard loss. That's going to
because the offense has suddenly gone very, very cold.
For that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. To throw, Olajokin.
It's that drag.
Take it in by Kmet. 4 yards.
We got to stop that.
Picking up a 3rd down.
I'm wondering if the same thing
All right, 3rd and 6. Huge moment here. We need to get a stop. We need to get off the field.
is. Big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
Now Olajokin, 3rd and long.
Catch it. Let's go.
Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker.
He makes his first mistake of the day. He throws it right to Devondre Campbell over the middle of the field, and now we're back in business.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
Wanted to try to get Christian Watson to break a tackle there.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. Here's Rodgers. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted.
I mean, that's an interception, but as I throw this ball, my receiver gets bumped 6 yards inside his route, and the ball goes right to somebody.
Interception.
And how about the scouting department? They've got to be very happy right now because
Is my own player, my own receivers ran into each other and bumped like that.
that's big time scouting right there. And what a great
It's a terrible break.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They'll start on the
Terrible break after a huge play on defense.
right there on the first
And
run. He gets maybe
now he's got the momentum on our home field while losing.
It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. On 2nd and 7. Olajokin
Get him.
flushed to
Fumble.
get rid of it. He's taken down.
Ian Johnson there. No, Isaiah Johnson. I can't even remember the dude's name, but coming off of the edge with the pressure there. Now we are at a 3rd and 16.
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
Hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
Now Olajokin, 3rd and long. He's going to look deep down the field.
Come on, man. How does cover 2 man get beat like that? I have a man on him. I've got a safety over the top, and he throws it into double coverage for a 70-yard gain.
To take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
Well, one way or the other, you knew they'd have to push the ball downfield on 3rd and long, but I'm not sure the defense
Unbelievable.
that far downfield. Their math didn't add up, but it certainly did for the offense.
That's absolute garbage. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Now a give running left with Montgomery. And he is going to lose yardage here.
And there's nobody there. I got 2 zones over the middle of the field and nobody's there. Linebacker's just standing flat-footed.
Those are the types of plays in these moments they were hoping for from this young rookie, able to put him up here in the fourth quarter.
How about the kid? You just mentioned it in the fourth quarter. This is when you have to make those winning plays. That's what he just did. Doesn't ensure anything, but he certainly gave his team a heck of a
Great coverage there. That's so good.
Point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth quarter lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. The pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the second half after a decent first half offensively.
That's just an incredible missed block
Right here. And just no
on the edge there. One guy
he can only get back to the line.
pulling guard just brushes right by him.
Coming up. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But the bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
All right, huge third down here.
They can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding these soft
Gotta
spots.
pick up a first down here.
How do you make sure they don't find a soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do because
Try to run it. We won't get it. We're going for it on 4th down.
you're out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
And he is in press man coverage because we have not shown that we can beat it yet.
Now Rodgers gotta have this one. He finds one. The ball comes out, but this will
Phew.
out of bounds. So possession
I thought he read that off of the snap.
down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the
And then we're very lucky to fumble that ball out of bounds.
signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. On the delay.
Run the draw up the middle. There's some big yardage across midfield down to the 38.
40. Call it a gain of 14 for the second play in a row. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. And off to the races down the right side. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown.
And that's about the ball game.
A bit of a backbreaker right there. You're down close.
Nobody in the flat, and he's able to get out there. Just
And sometimes you take a little bit of a gamble.
great user play. You got to tip your cap and
Sometimes you press it a little
move on.
more than maybe you wanted to because you want that score so badly. In this case, it cost them.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And we'll see if they can band back together after the pick 6. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock.
All right, we're going to have to move fast here.
Get it down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Rodgers now on 1st down. And this is caught by Watkins. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 43. Up the middle, Jones.
I don't understand how he fills gaps so fast. Like,
This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back.
I can't do that.
First downs and here a loss of yardage. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
All right.
Foot dragging.
3rd and 3.
Oh, I like it.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. This is caught. It's Christian Watson.
All right. I don't know what we caught him in there, but it was man blitz, and he was biting down on that throw underneath. So back to a 1-score game. 3:16 left, though. We're going to have to get a stop, which is something we've really struggled with on defense today.
After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. With that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider.
There we go. We get the shed. A 1-yard loss. The clock's going to tick.
They've got all 3 timeouts in the back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts as early as opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
On 2nd and 11 now. Oladokin.
Hit as he throws, and it floats up in the air, but there's nobody there to pick it. Gets us to a 3rd and 6. Man, that would have been a nice one to come away with something.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Oladokin from the gun on 3rd down.
Give me that. We get the tip interception. It's Devondre Campbell. And just like that, we're back in business at the 45-yard line with 2:02 to play.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Ooh, Christian Watson. Weird animation on the catch there, but we're going to pick up 9 yards.
Gotta be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
And just a yard to go here on 2nd down. And inside give to Jones.
Where? There's, I don't,
Wave of tacklers is going to get him.
there's like 7 people on me before I get the ball.
Winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Pardon me, you got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of
So
them.
run commit maybe? I don't know.
Any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here.
Tunyon's going to catch it over the middle. Man, we really needed to rack that into the end zone.
Down to the 9. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards.
We're kind of down in that part of the field that we really struggle now.
Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield, and when they see openings, take their shot.
And Jones gets it down to the 3. And now it's 2nd and goal.
Yards rushing for now to this point.
Some good strong running right there, some power and some explosiveness just about got them into the end zone.
Now Rodgers.
How he's engaged in a block. How do you get off of the block and go intercept that? That's such garbage crap.
Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Pretty good looking run there on.
It's the right play call. There's one guy covering 2 people. You call a screen pass.
Going to use one of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. Again,
I was kind of hoping he would run another play, give us a chance to strip it, but
The win for the Bears just around the corner. They go down to a knee.
on the positive, thought we played a lot better today. Right there at the end, caught some bad breaks with the double covered streak that he caught on 3rd and 18. The interception there at the end. He baited me into a couple of throws. Just not enough to get it done. Let's go check out the stats. Throw 4 interceptions. You just can't do that. He baited me, I think, on 2 of them. Had that one where I set up that pick play, and I don't know how he intercepted that. And then I made another one that was just an awful throw. So got to cut down on the turnovers. Got to be able to run the ball. Really struggled to run the ball. On the plus side, we got Christian Watson. Goes off. 100-yard game. 3 touchdowns. Devondre Campbell leads us in tackles. Preston Smith tackles for loss. We had half a sacks to 2 different guys, and then Devondre Campbell also had the 2 interceptions. So tough loss. We're gonna drop to 0-2 now. Headed into a week 3 matchup with, I can't remember who. We'll go check here. Week 3 matchup against Tampa Bay. So that's a really good team. It's a user I haven't played before, so I don't really know anything about him. We don't have any XP points to spend after the game, so I'm going to cut it off here. Thank you guys for watching. If you want to watch these games live, make sure you're following me on twitch.tv/halfandhalf, and you can interact with me in the comments during the games. And otherwise, I'll see you guys next time.